This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fight Store. Today, I'm very lucky to join by Christian HD. So, what have you been up
Hello.
to, Christian? How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. So, I was looking at your channel today, and one thing that kind of sprung to mind was this video. I've got it here. We say saying Airac 10,000 times, or versus the balloon one nearly 2 hour video. I've got another one here. Where it says, I tried to say Mr. Beast 100,000 times. That's 4 hours. Those are kind of talk
Yes.
videos. What do they like to do?
Oh, well, that's over almost a year ago for the Airac video, over a year ago for the Mr. Beast video. Originally, that was about when I started YouTube back in like properly doing it probably like October of last year. And obviously at the time, it was quite popular to the Mr. Beast style content. So it's what I tried to do, but eventually around maybe May this year, no, earlier actually, April, just after the Ben Askren fight, I switched to commentary because I figured out that you need much more resources than I had available to do those sorts of videos. So yeah, that's originally what I tried to do, but I switched up the style back in April. So yeah, that's kind of how
That,
it went.
that's pretty hard doing a thing of sitting there for 4 hours straight saying the same word. Well,
Yeah.
what do you feel like after you finish doing those videos?
Well, after I finished recording, I didn't end up doing the Mr. B. Like, I couldn't get to 100,000 because my voice started hurting about, I think, about 13. So, it's one thing that wasn't really talked about. Your voice genuinely starts to hurt at about maybe 13, 14,000. So eventually I was like, I cannot do another 85,000. So, I gave up there. But yeah,
I guess you kind of
yeah.
got to catch it when it's trending. Obviously, you were doing that at the time, and Mr. Beast is trending. So when
Mm.
for Jake Paul's next fight, do you think you'll do a video like that, saying Jake Paul 10,000 times? Because that might do all right. Now you got the subscribers. Jake Paul will
Could
be
do. I
trending.
could
They
do. That's
should.
a good idea. That's a good idea. And I mean, yeah, Jake Paul's doing incredibly well at the moment, which is it's a nice thing, the YouTube boxing, because you can get I guess it does well with the algorithm because Jake Paul is quite notorious with YouTube and stuff, and it's quite fast flowing. Like there's often a day doesn't go by without him doing something. So yeah, it works pretty well. But I might do. That's a good idea, actually.
When was it you kind of transitioned? Because all your most recent videos, they're doing quite well views wise, and they'll call
Mm,
all kind of fight videos, YouTuber boxing. When does it you
yeah.
kind of transition your channel into doing more YouTuber boxing stuff?
Well, I started doing commentary, as I said, back in like April. I did a couple of the boxing videos, but I also did sort of news style, like YouTube news videos. I don't know if you remember Nicola Milana tried to run for the mayor of London. I covered that. And probably the highlight of my YouTube channel so far is Nico actually found one of my videos and commented on it, which is probably the biggest thing to happen to my channel so far. So I did sort of both a bit of the boxing and a bit of the YouTube news stuff. But over the last couple of months, I've sort of just done more of the boxing because I tallied up on a Google spreadsheets, which did better in terms of views, and it was like overwhelmingly the boxing stuff. So I carried on more with that. Yeah, so that's kind of how it went.
Oh, okay, I guess it makes sense then. You kind of do want to you do on the you want to do the videos you enjoy making, but there's also
Yeah, yeah,
well, you got to make sure that they're getting some kind of decent
absolutely.
views. And so how's
Yeah.
kind of 2021 been for you? Because the channel's has some quite massive growth.
Oh, yeah, I started this year with about 50 subscribers, somewhere around there. So I'm very happy with how I'm ending the year. I mean, I think this year predominantly it's just been learning because, like, at the start of this year, compared to what I know now about it, and obviously, I'll say the same thing at the end of next year, but I know a lot more now and about how to do stuff. So yeah, no, it's been an incredibly exciting year.
You certainly do kind of pick things up on the way. Obviously, the thumbnail is very important. A good
Yeah,
title, posting a video at like the right time, kind of evening time, or if it's
yeah,
more
yeah,
to the
yeah,
American audience, you post it in an American time zone, that sort of thing. I
exactly.
guess main
Yeah.
tags. I think you posted a video today, but you posted it kind of like 2 a.m. or not 2 a.m. Sorry, I think it was
Uh,
2 p.m. Did you post that kind of to catch the American time zone?
I do it. What I aim to do is I upload like a lot. So I try to do 4 a day. It almost never ends up being 4 a day. It's always about 2 to 3 a day. Recently, I've been slacking a bit, so I need to pick it back up. But what I often do is I try to do every 6 hours, but I schedule them so they go up on a 6 hour cycle. Ironically, it's easier when I'm in like school times because I have more of a schedule. But yeah, so I schedule them. You can set a time for when they automatically go up, and they go up like hopefully in 6 hour slots. Sometimes, yeah, I'll be a little bit lazy and do one a little bit later. But that's kind of how it works.
Oh, okay, that kind of makes sense then. But how long does it take you? That's quite a lot of videos you're posting. How long does it
It
take you to
is.
make one of them?
I recently moved to using what streamers use, which is like OBS and a webcam, a high quality webcam. I used to actually film with a camera and edit it a lot. But what I've switched to doing is it makes it a lot faster. So it's like a production change. So I just film them all four in one go, all three, however many I'm doing. And then I'll release them like incrementally, and I'll make the thumbnails and stuff. It's quite handy having a lot of base thumbnails because sometimes if you don't have time or you're not feeling too much like it, you can take an old thumbnail and switch it up a little bit so it's a new thumbnail. But yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
Okay, that's quite interesting. And do you find now it's way easier to make videos without kind of stuttering or having to cut stuff out? Now it's kind of more of a one take rather than a year ago where you
Yeah,
had to chop it up quite a lot.
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't even a year ago. It was even back in like September, October. I used to quite literally cut. I sometimes wouldn't even finish a sentence. I just cut. And obviously that made it so hard in editing because I'd spend literally two-ish hours per video just cutting my sentence up and putting it all together. And I tried about maybe 2.5 months ago just to try doing longer sentences. I was watching other people who did like talk show stuff who just went on. And originally I used a lot of filler words like ums and ahs, but eventually you get to a point where you can sort of hold your own quite well with it. And it saves you a lot of time because you can sometimes just upload the file straight to YouTube if you plan everything out before. And like I've moved to throwing images up and putting videos up whilst doing the recording. So you do most of the editing whilst recording. So it makes it quite efficient.
Oh, okay. I guess as I said earlier, it's a lot easier now because you kind of figured it all out. You know the best way to do it. You know the quickest way
Yeah.
to do it, with the least kind of effort to do, but for maximum effort. And just a couple more things. I saw your Wade
Mhm.
Clemens interview, and I've spoken to Wade a couple of times. I got him on
Yeah.
tomorrow. Actually, he's a really nice guy. What's that
You
like
did.
talking
I
to Wade?
watched your interview. I watched your interview before I did mine. I watched yours from about 7-ish months ago. I saw you did another one a couple months ago. So I did watch yours before because I was it was such a crazy story how it happened. It literally happened within less than 24 hours of it even being asked. Yeah, it was crazy because what happened was I started up a Discord server about a month ago, and a couple of people had talked to Wade before, and they're all pushing me to do it. So they sent Wade a DM, a couple of DMs, and then I sent him one, and then it pretty much happened just like that. And then I was interviewing him like 19 hours after that even happened. And I was a bit nervous originally because, for a lot of factors, a lot of the reason was I was so nervous because I hadn't used Zoom whilst recording before, as I said. So I was so nervous I was going to somehow lose the footage, or his audio wouldn't record, or his video wouldn't record, or whatever. And then also the factor that I'm interviewing someone with like 70 times my subscriber count, and also somebody who does it a lot better than I do, and who I've like genuinely, looked up to for doing it. But yeah, it turned out really well. I thought it was a lot of fun to do. He was a very, very nice guy. But yeah, it was a crazy story as to how it happened.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. So fast as well. That's what's good about interviews. I find that one day I just woke up and I checked my phone and someone's replied, or three people replied, and okay,
Yeah,
I got these 2 interviews today. I'd organize that tomorrow. Start with time zone, send links, all that
yeah.
sort of thing. That sounds pretty cool.
You've interviewed some crazy people. I was looking through your channel, like you, Eddie Hearn, Vidal. I don't know. You probably got interviewed many because you do quite a lot of them. You interviewed some crazy people. I'm pleasantly surprised. But how do you go about interviewing like someone like Eddie Hearn?
That
Yeah.
was at a press conference. It wasn't a press conference. It was at a weigh, and it was a Chantel Cameron, Mary McGee weigh, and he was
Okay.
doing some media there. And I was when I got on the queue, and I got a few minutes of him. I was very
Oh
pleased. I
wow.
just wanted to get. Oh, Eddie's like I always wanted to get Eddie on the channel, so hopefully I get him on
Yeah.
again when they do
That's
another
good.
kind of few press conferences. But your interview there, like considering that's your first interview, isn't it?
That is my first interview.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's
very
why.
good. That's
Yeah.
very, very good. It's different from the other interviews, which is good. It's more like a conversation. It seemed like real kind of
Yeah.
natural. Like you just met him at who is just hanging out with him. And do you think
Yeah.
if we carry on doing more interviews?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun doing, which is why I do want to carry on doing it. I mean, I think I don't know who I would try to do next, but I maybe in a couple of months I might ask Wade to do it again. I don't know. It seems like it went well, and he also sent someone else another person from my Discord who originally DM'd him saying it was good. So I think it went well. So hopefully in the next couple of months I'll do another one with him. But I do want to do it to do it a little bit more because it was a lot of fun doing, and yeah, I think it did quite well. So I'd like to do more of those.
Yeah, it's just talking to someone, and then you find out it's
Mm.
also recording on Zoom and just upload it. So it's quite
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
And it very well reviews as well. What's it on?
yeah.
5,000 by now.
Five, yeah, something like that. Yeah, five and a half, I think. Yeah, I was that was something I was slightly nervous about. I was slightly nervous that if I didn't title it correctly or get a good thumbnail, it wouldn't do well. So it was very nice. It was in a nice spot because it was like it was just about a day before the Jake Paul versus Woodley fight. So I titled it something along the lines of Jake Paul, the way concept predicts Jake Paul versus Woodley, and it did quite well off of that. So and I think Wade put up a story about it as well, so that helped it. So yeah, no, I was quite nervous if I didn't title it or get a good thumbnail, then it wouldn't do well, but it thankfully did. So I think it's done very well. Yeah.
Yeah, it has done very well. It was very good interview. It's all about the title and thumbnail. Cool. The
Yeah,
title and
so
thumbnail
important.
also, yeah, they're very, very important. And
Mm,
obviously 2022 is coming up in a few
yes.
days. What's your plan for that for your YouTube channel?
Oh, I don't know. See, this is the thing. I think back to the start of this year, and it's crazy to say it's only 365 days ago because it's felt like such a long time. So I don't truly know. But I can foresee for the next couple of months I'm still gonna be doing this. So I imagine I just see where that goes. So hopefully that goes well. But yeah, I don't truly know. I don't truly know.
Do you monetize your videos? I see you got over 1,000 subscribers. Do you monetize them now?
Yes, well, yes, I did. I mean, it's a bit complicated because of my age at the moment, so I'm trying to figure that out. But I did originally, but we've run into some problems with it, which I'm going to try to fix. But yeah, I did monetize the videos when I hit 1,000 a couple months ago. But yeah, I'm trying to fix it because I ran into an issue with it. So yeah.
I think if your parents, because obviously you're under 18 and so am I think if your parents create an AdSense account and then you put it under your channel, I think you can get out then. But
that's what we're trying to do. But it's complicated with banks and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, but hopefully I can get it sorted. Yeah.
If you ever need any contacts for anything like interviews or anything like that, or you always send me a
I can
message.
imagine you must have a contact list that's so big. Like
Yeah, I gotta make sure my phone wasn't backed up the other day. My phone can kind of switch up and breaking. So I had to make sure now I've got my storage. I made sure it's all backed up. But if people, I'll put your YouTube channel link in the description. But if people want to contact you on Instagram or Discord, where can they find all of that?
Yeah, thank you. Well, yeah, it's all linked from my YouTube channel. So yeah, Discord, Instagram. Yeah, it's a fun time at the moment. It's a fun time.
You need to get on Twitter. Twitter is very good for promoting.
I just made one yesterday. Yeah, because a lot of people wanted me to do the Twitter Spaces that Fight Lounge does. I don't know if you know Fight Lounge. But yeah, it's like Wade sometimes in there. So yeah, I've just made one yesterday. So yeah, I did previously have a Twitter a while ago, but you know how Twitter is. So I ended up not using it anymore. But yeah, I created another one. So
Twitter Spaces is like a new thing, isn't it? I remember seeing. I think I got home from a show at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I think something pinged on my Twitter, and I went on Twitter, and there's like 500 people in a Twitter space.
I know.
There's like a bunch of celebrities in there. I was just talking.
I know. There's a guy called Fight Lounge does it. He was the guy who leaked the UK versus USA stuff. And he got like a couple of days ago, he got both Fuzi, Keemstar, Wade, and somebody else in there. So it is incredible, like live talking about the event. So yeah, I I need to jump on that. So yeah, I created a Twitter, but no, yeah, it's good at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly is. The channel's doing very well. It's a short space of time. But Christian, I'm sure we'll catch up soon and we'll get you back. I'll get you back on in the new year. But I'll put your channel link in the description. I'm sure we'll catch up.
Thank you very much.